when did you actually begin to participate? Did you start off as an MC or?
Actually, I started off as a pop locker. I used to pop, man. Electric boogieing was my shit. And the crazy shit is that when you was young and you caught onto it quick and you got good at it, the hustlers used to love seeing it. So, you broke on your pockets, man. You go down the block or you come outside and you doing it. They're like, shorty, do that move, and they'll hand you a little $10, $20. And you used to love it just for the art form. You just didn't do it for the money. You was doing it because it was a form of exercise. It was a form of expression. It was a creative art form of dance that you had to practice and be dope because, it was competitive amongst the masses. Like you go places and it was easy to get into a battle, even going up to MCing. And when I picked up the pen, we had local MCs, Chili D, Dada Rock, Spank G, like all these local MCs that used to capture the crowd. And that's why, it's MCing is called Move the Crowd, because they were like the assistant to the DJ. So when the DJ's playing the break records and they're going, do we got Leos in the house? Do we got Scorpios? And everybody felt acknowledged. Everybody felt like they was a part of something. Even though you was in the hood and cops wouldn't respond to nothing for like a half an hour unless you said a cop got shot, they're not showing up. So it's like, this was like some sense of being recognized as a people. When, they shout out your zodiac sign or they shouted out your neighborhood. So, you felt like you was a part of something, that you was being seen, because, the struggle had people feeling like they didn't exist because, lack of employment. Even when some people got employment, there was low ball. People are still getting low balled on jobs. There's jobs that cats, paid their homage by going to college, man. You got bachelors and masters and you out here making $70,000. That ain't no bread, man. You supposed to be making six figures and your family is supposed to be flourishing off that. But unfortunately, our skin is our sin. So there's still some narratives. It's even with everybody talking about AI right now, AI is judging you off of your zip code and your social security number. So it's like you can't even get away from systemic racism. It's just implanted. So it's like, you got to keep fighting, man. When that music came on, when Moonchild from Rick James came on and Give It To Me Baby and, Mary Jane Girls and, and all these different records came on, you felt like somebody. You felt like you was being seen and you was recognized, in a society that wasn't really, we had Black TV shows, but you can see the stereotypes in those too. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man, that's what's up. You was hitting on some major points, man. Like you say with the zip code, they be redlining, and then they can look at your name. Like my middle name is Tyrone, so it's automatic, rejected.
That's why I've heard people say, "Yo, I'm gonna name my child a different name." Like that don't mean shit. They got to see him at the interview. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, most minorities, middle number of their social security is even.
Wow, I didn't know that. But I mean, man, that's crazy. Now let me ask you this. Now, when did you actually get into the art form of writing rhymes, and where you decided, like, man, I'm gonna be an MC now, and I'm gonna take this serious. This gonna be my life.
It was almost like a liquid ecstasy, man. Like when you heard the MC like just move the crowd and he's acknowledging you and you feeling like you're a part of this, like this tribe, this cult, this community, but positively, you know what I mean? So I started going to the pen at like 11. By like 13, 14, they was like, "Shorty, you ready?" I was like, "Hell no." It was different from now where everybody just jumps on the mic. It was like I was trying to prepare myself. And I started writing. And then as I got older, and one of the songs that really touched me was Houdini's One Love, man. Like I used to do the steps with them and shit. And I really understood those lyrics because they were saying like, they learning about love, and Jalil's rhyme was like, I lost my girl because of cheating, and he realized the value of love. And I always liked that song. And then also that song had a different ambiance to it because it was live instrumentation. Most other groups that came out that era, Run DMC, all of the dudes, they always like had samples and stuff like that. Houdini had music. You know what I'm saying? I used to love DMC's voice. He's powerful, very powerful voice. But Houdini had music. They had keyboardists. They had the drums was programmed in. You know, it was this orchestration, and I always gravitated to that. So that always gave me inspiration, like to be an MC. Kumo D, you know, his voice to me was powerful. Like, how you like me now? Like, I was like, wow, that dude he's a prophet. Like, you know, and you know, Slick Rick storytelling and all these different Bismarck's animation. It was so much around me that was encouraging me to want to be a writer because it resonated within people. It made people change the way they felt. Like I've seen people in the darkest places come into the light because of the music and really find themselves. Like you know, like could live in a house of 12 people and there's only ramen noodles and powdered milk and government cheese, and they still celebrated life because this music had breathed life into the home. So, you know, I always wanted to be a part of it as far as the MC side of it to change people's lives. And plus, I was a wordsmith, man. I won the spelling bee in elementary school in the 5th and the 6th grade. Like beat the whole school. I was fascinated with words, man.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's definitely inspiring. Now I gotta ask you now, how did you connect with Pharaoh?
Farrell actually lived outside my projects. He lived right around the corner, and we went to the same public school. I was familiar with him, and then when we got to junior high school, we started being more familiarized with each other because basketball was the thing. Like, you know, if you was from my hood and you ain't play no ball or you ain't play no baseball, man, you might have got jumped every day. You had to be involved with the neighborhood somehow. If you wasn't known for being an ill hustler, you had to be a ball player. You had to be good in baseball. You had to do something. So it was easy to get involved with sports because it brought people together. I mean, hustlers, sports enthusiasts was all just gathered in one place to have a good competitive game of whatever sport it was. And me and Monch used to play basketball, you know, just off and on. We would play together in the same game and stuff like that. But when we got to junior high school, we got much more familiar with each other because of it being in the same neighborhood. So I'll never forget, like Monch was one of them dudes that was kind of a big dude, but he was like, he had a jump shot. Like he had like if you leave him alone, he'll pop that jump shot on you. So, you know, we respected that and it was competitive. So, you know, we always got together and played ball. And then we end up going to the same high school together. So we actually did all of our schooling together, you know, with the exception of college. Like we always went to the same school. We went to Art and Design High School. And also that went to high school with us was Kwame, Percy P, Flex Alexander from 101 TV show. Mobb Deep came the year that we graduated. Mobb Deep came right behind us. So art has a lot to do with music. Like art is a form of music, and music is a form of art, as far as how we see it. And in high school was when we really started, like, you know, talking about rhyming and, you know, and right before that, we started making demos. Like right before, as we got into high school, we started making like little demos and stuff. Monch was beatboxing and I was rapping, and we just would make tapes. You know what I'm saying? And then I was just like, yo, you got to rhyme, man, because your beatboxing and my rhymes is not filling up the tape. We got to fill the whole tape up. So, you know, that was the important thing back then. You know, it was kind of cool. So in high school is when we really, really, really got together and started formulating shit and trying to call ourselves writing songs. So.
Wow, that's what's up, man. Oh, shout out to Percy P. He was on the show, a legend for sure, pioneer
Yeah.
for sure.
I actually did my first talent show with Percy before I did a show with Monch. Me and Percy rocked in high school. Me and Monch rocked right after high school, like far as shows is concerned. So shout out to Percy P.